Hey folks, Sean here, and in this episode, I want to talk to you about why convenience means value when it comes to building software applications and strengthening your value proposition. Now, the use case I want to share with you is something that I consider to be a chore, but it's conflicting because I also like to cook. What I'm referring to is shopping for groceries. Not a huge fan. It takes a lot of time. I don't love to do it. So I'm always looking for ways to save time and do that in a more effective way, right? So over a period of however many months, I live in a relatively walkable city of Philadelphia, and I've got a grocery store nearby. So I can keep things pretty efficient, but I try to figure out like when to go so that the crowds are minimal, and I really just want to spend minimal time food shopping if at all possible. Now, having said that, there's a couple of options that the grocery store provides in terms of how I can do that, and I've been through each. And as each provides me with the ability to do so more efficiently, to me, that's worth more, and I'm willing to pay more to gain access to it. So here are the options that I've been through so far and where I'm at the moment. So when I was originally shopping, I was just trying to go whenever I wanted or whenever was convenient for me. The problem with that is I would pick times that were convenient for others as well too, so the store would be busy. Checkout lines would be long, people would be all over the place, slowing me down in terms of getting the things I wanted to do. Took too much time. So eventually, I switched to, and they have self-checkout options. That helps quite a bit. It speeds the process up, and they have a lot more self-checkout options than they have full-service checkout options. So that is, I would say, an improvement. However, when doing that, some of the like anti-theft scale things that they put in place are pretty annoying. So as I scan objects and I put them on the scale, and I do it in like the perfect order, and sometimes even when I do, the whole system flips out, it freezes, and I gotta wait for somebody. So that kind of defeats the purpose of self-checkout to me, because to me, self-checkout's supposed to not just be more convenient, but also be faster. So that really wasn't working. So I tried to find something else. So the next thing I found, they have this kiosk when you get into the store. And that kiosk has a bunch of hand scanners, basically something you'd use to scan a UPC code or a barcode that would ring up your product. And the concept was if you punch in basically your phone number, which is linked to your like store loyalty card, you can walk around the store with this card and you can scan whatever it is you want to buy, bag those groceries, and then you can just take the scanner to the checkout, scan something once, pay, and then leave. I started getting used to that. That helped quite a bit. The reason why that helped is I only need to bag the groceries once. I didn't need to mess with the scale on the self-checkout aisle, so that saved me all that time. And it sped the process up for the most part. It's just that I needed to scan everything, carry the scanner around. That was a little less convenient. So fast forward, thought I had, an option for me that worked best. But fast forward to them taking those scanners away because I really never saw anybody but me using them, if I'm being honest. And that was pretty much the reason. So I lost that option. Also, the terminals and the kiosks that it didn't perform well. Like it had a touch interface, and when you try to punch in your phone number, if you press the number 4, it would enter the number 6 or something like that. So the whole operation was uh, ineffective to say the least. So it didn't wasn't really set up for success. Now, fast forward to me looking for other options. They've got this other section of the store where you can go to like pick up your groceries. Or it's, I imagine, the source for where the groceries get delivered. So I started investigating this option, especially after I lost the other one. And as it turns out, I can order my groceries online or from my mobile phone that then enables me to pick them up right from the store, already bagged. I don't even really need to go into the store. So that is the new option that I'm using. So now I don't even walk around the store to pick anything out. I simply order from what is their mobile app. Then I just go pick them up. Good to go. Now I don't need to mess with the self-checkout. I don't need to mess with the scanner. I don't even need to be in the store realistically. I could just go get the groceries that I bought and walk back home, which is a really convenient option. They have an even more convenient option if that's something you're into as well too, and that's delivery. So the next step in the process is you can get the groceries delivered from the store directly to your house, and then you don't even need to leave your house, and you get everything there as well too. So long story short here, the point is that each of these steps in the process provides more convenience, which translates to value for your buyer. And I'm using software and tech the whole time. So if you're trying to figure out, right, how do I provide a better experience than whatever exists at the moment, you've got to find ICP or ideal customer profiles like me who are looking for that and willing to pay for it, figure out how they're doing it today, and then figure out the kind of progress that they're trying to make. Right? For me, I explained a bunch of problems throughout the process. I didn't want to shop when I was busy. I didn't want to spend a lot of time in the store. I didn't want to have to deal with the self-checkout scale thing because it constantly flipped out and caused me to call someone over, which added more time to the process. And then eventually, I wanted an option where I didn't spend any time in the store at all, or even better yet, I don't even need to leave my house, right? Like for somebody like me, who is a buyer based on efficiency and that translates to value, software and tech plays a key role in that, right? And I've been using more and more of it as I've been getting more value out of the experience. So these examples like this are all around us. You just need to observe them, but observe them from the perspective of an innovator who creates better solutions along the way. And the other part of the story is that there's always a way to make the experience better, right? You can continually improve, which provides more value, which means that your software and your product can be more successful.